Hey everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of my Pokemon Red playthrough. In the last episode we made it to Vermilion City. We fought all the trainers on along the way. Had a bit of a problem with a Pidgey, which to be fair I was risking it really with that one. Made it onto the SS Anne and probably got around 3/4 of the way. So in this episode we'll finish off the SS Anne, take on Lieutenant Surge, and hopefully make it to Rock Tunnel and maybe even Lavender. So let's get started. And before I actually do get into the episode, just a couple of things I want to talk about is the sound. I know the sound isn't always in sync with the video, and I'm trying to do what I can with it, but unfortunately the equipment that I'm using, I'm limited in that sort of respect at the minute. So until I can improve what I've got, this might be the only way I can do it, and unfortunately it will continue to be a little bit of a problem, but hopefully it's not too much that people still want to watch. But yeah, there is that. I just wanted to address that. And also in I think it was episode 3 where I caught Yuri. I know obviously in the video I show all my failed attempts at it and posted a short and a TikTok on that as well. Just thought it'd be quite funny, I suppose, people see me get a bit annoyed with that. But I think it probably annoyed more people than people finding it funny. And I'd never purposely do that. I would never post things or upload things that are purposely annoying to get people to react, because I don't really like doing that. I don't like seeing it really. So everything's all genuine, and I'm really glad that people are interacting with it and talking about the ways that they do differently. I probably should have stated anyway that I was doing it on purpose, not using sleep tactics. It was the way that I'd already planned to do it, because I don't know, it's just how I like to do it. Sleep tactics is probably the better way to go. I'm not going to argue with that. But I just think that's always the way I've done it. I've never normally had trouble. 1 or 2 attempts is normally enough to get the job done, but on this case it wasn't, and I didn't prepare anything else in case it didn't work straight away. So it was probably an oversight on my part. I probably should have done, caught something that could put it to sleep. And to be fair, I genuinely did forget about Clefairy, which is a bit strange, but I did. But I did think about Bud3, but like I say, it's just the way I like to do it. It can be annoying, but most of the time it's not. So that's what I thought it was going to be. It didn't turn out that way. Well, I probably should have stated that anyway, so people don't think that I was doing it because I thought it was the only way. So that's probably why people got annoyed, and I fully understand that. If you see someone playing a game and there's another obvious way to do something that they don't know about, it can be annoying. I just thought I'd put that out there, and it's a lesson learned really. I know that now to be more open about stuff, because people don't always play the game the way I do, and that's perfectly fine. I like the fact that people are interacting and discussing the ways that they like to play the game and that they think's the best way to do it, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what you do in these games. You play it how you feel is best, and there's many ways to play it. So, and that's the good thing about them. And I'm not, I've got no problems with any way people do it. If you get to the end of the game, you're the champion, then who cares how you did it? And so that I've got no problem at all, and I encourage it. I encourage people to get involved and to talk about different ways that they play, because after playing it for so long, you still find people know things that either you didn't or you never thought about, and so it's good to talk about them. But yeah, I do apologise if it did really annoy people, because I should have stated that I was attempting to do it without using sleep tactics. I I understand why people would. It probably is the better way, so I'm kind of playing myself by not doing that. But like I say, it was the way that I was always going to try and do it. So I do apologise for that. But please feel free to carry on commenting and interacting with ways that you like to play the games and ways that you do things differently, because you know it's always good to hear. So yeah, now I've explained all that, let's get into the game. So let's have a look where we are. So yeah, we're looking pretty good team wise. I think we should be around the level cap for Lieutenant Surge once we've done these last few battles. Probably what I should have done is heal off camera, because I forgot, and I'm gonna have to do it now, and I've got to try and remember which one heals me. Somebody does. I'm sure, unless no. Was there never one in it? Was there not one here? Is that something that they added later on? Maybe I'd never come across that in the last episode. I obviously didn't, and I forgot. That's strange. I did think that they did. I did think that there was somebody that did. Maybe that was just added in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Snorlax. Good Pokemon. What? Have I done it again? Yeah, I'm kind of glad in the way people have called me out on the old Abra catching thing, because I didn't make it clear, you know, what I was doing, and people have got, you know, every right to call me out on that. So I've got no issues with that at all. Like I say, I encourage the communication, you know, the interaction that the videos get. So let's continue. That's really annoying. I thought there was, unless I'm just being unless I'm not just got it wrong or something. But maybe that was something they added in Fire Red and Leaf Green, or Yellow even. I don't even know. Don't know if it was in Yellow actually. May have even been in that. That's annoying. Because that means that I definitely should have looked into that before this episode. Because I could have gone back to the Pokemon Center to heal. There's a lot of strange people on this boat. Pikachu. Yeah, like we were saying, I didn't mention it. We did get the TM for Dig, which you couldn't actually use on Triple H, because he doesn't learn it in this game. I don't know if he learns it in the remakes. I can't remember. I can't remember if he does, but I thought he did in this one, to be honest. I thought that's why it was so overpowered, because he can learn Dig, and you get Lieutenant, you know, just breezes past Lieutenant Surge. I've seen some Pokemon, so I didn't even read that properly. I've seen some Pokemon Fairy P. Ah, right, so like Surf Pokemon. Right. I was thinking actually in between episodes, if Paris actually does learn Flash, I don't know if that was something that wasn't added till later on. I've got a feeling that it might not. It sort of crossed my mind for some reason. It might. I I don't know if it does. It definitely learns cut. Well, I can't remember if it learns flash in this game, or if it was added in a remake in the run. The remakes were yellow, or I can't remember. So I don't. We'll find out obviously once we get to it. What are you doing anyway? Didn't know there was one. So yeah, if not, we'll have cut. So we can take a shortcut to Viridian Forest and catch Pikachu, which will probably. I know, it's something again. It's an oversight that I didn't think of. Maybe it does, and there's no need. But for some reason, I've got a funny feeling it doesn't. If it does, I'll catch Pikachu and I'll cut that bit out. Rare candy, very nice. So what I'm gonna do, I think, let's just stick Bert because he's not going to be used in the gym. I don't know if there's any more trainers actually. This Fire Zone is actually really good, I think, personally. Just finding something in this game, it can be annoying more than in others. So I think the stuff's a lot. Just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just think like stuff's harder to catch in this one. Yeah, so that's it. So the next thing is rival. So I'm gonna stick. I've only got one potion. I'm really not keeping up to date with everything very well. I'm gonna use it. That was that was not very good. I just think that he's not going to be used in. He's not going to be used in the gym. So let's get some levels now. We're not very prepared, but we're going into it anyway. Bonjour, Magpie. Imagine seeing you here. Magpie, were you really invited? So how's your Pokédex coming? I already caught 40 kinds. No, you didn't. It's not possible. Different kinds are everywhere. Crawl around in grassy areas. No, you haven't caught 40. You're such a liar. Yeah, we're not prepared. Maybe I should have just took the time to nip to the Pokemon Center and heal, but you know what? We're doing this. We've not had many tough battles yet, so maybe it'll make it a bit more challenging. Well, maybe not with that. So. This guy's actually quite under-leveled in a way. You look at where the gym's at, you know, with I'm sure it's like 28. Yeah, he's got himself a Kadabra. Let's bite. That's a good job we did. That's a crit. Okay, we are going to have to switch. Because... yeah, let's give it a go. The defense is bad, so maybe he might go down here. But, okay, not to find with anyway. See you later. At least you're raising your Pokemon. Well, yeah. Oh, there was a Cut Master on board. But he was just a seasick old man. But Cut itself is really useful. You should go see him. Smell ya. Right, okay. Let's go see him. Why is his book there? How to conquer seasickness. The captain's reading this. Wait, it's not worked. Right, let's do this. Ugh, I feel hideous, seasick. Let's just walk in and rub this guy's back. It's not weird at all. Phew, thank you. I feel much better. You want to see my cut technique? I could show you if I wasn't ill. I know, you can have this. Teach it to your Pokemon and you can see it cut anytime. It's a very strange exchange we've just had. Now that I'm not seasick anymore, I guess it's time. Yeah, that was a bit strange because we just walked in on a guy who's throwing up because he's seasick and just decided to rub his back as a child and going into a grown man's office and just rubbing their back, like. And he's alright with this. Strange. Very strange. And then he just gives us this, as if we knew we needed it. Anyway. I'm going to change his nickname when we get to Lavender. I want a proper name. He's part of the team. He's not part of the fighting team, but he's part of the team. So let's leave this boat for it to set sail and go and take on Lieutenant Surge and do that really horrible bin challenge thing. You know, the trash can. Yeah, I do like listening to that just because it's a one-off thing in the game that you won't see again. So yeah, try and get back there. You can't. Let's go back and heal. I think I might save. I don't know whether to just maybe risk using Yuri for a bit and save Triple H for the actual gym battle, just because if he does all the trainers, he's already overpowered really, just being a ground type on its own. But the fact that he's fully evolved and got really good stats, even with no ground type moves, he's still overpowered. So I might just share a few levels out. Let's cut for the first time though. I'm going to this gym which has caused me a lot of nightmares with this stupid challenge that they never actually fixed. I can't remember if it was what it was if it was the same thing in Let's Go. I can't remember. But you know, this in Fire and Leaf Green, and it doesn't make any sense. Yo, champ in the making. Lieutenant Surge is a nickname. People refer to him as the Lightning American, referencing a real country there. He's an expert on electric Pokemon. Birds and water Pokemon are at risk. Beware of paralysis too. Lieutenant Surge is very cautious. You'll have to break a code to get to him. Yeah, it's a code that makes no sense. And of course Blue's been here. We've literally just fought him and he had like level 16 Pokemon. And he's come in here and won. It's just not. Anyway, enough moaning. Well, in fact, it's not, because I'm going to probably have another moan in a minute. Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, it says that the switches are adjacent, so like you find one, it's adjacent to the next. But what does that mean? So, it could be, if you go for one that's got multiple around, it could be any one of those. And there's no way of knowing which one it is, so it's a complete guessing game. If someone doesn't know an actual, foolproof way of doing it, then please let me know. this will probably be on another TikTok and short, where people will find it annoying again, and I do apologise if it does. It's not something that I try to do on purpose. Like I say about, like, I was catching the Abra, and you know, there's no foolproof way of doing it. So I get the sleep strat is the higher chance. Well, not higher chance, but you know, it's less risk in turn. You know, because what you gotta do is hit one, but it can still miss. You know, they're not very accurate moves, and you know, it can still wake up on the next go. But I get it. You know, it's less risk. It's much less risk, and what, you know, and that's perfectly fine. I've not got a problem with people's different ways of doing things. There we go. We've got Psybeam. So on a good note, anyway, we've got Psybeam. So let's just make light work of this. Okay, I will probably switch now. Lieutenant Sir said he's... Sorry, let's start that again. I'm not talking very well today. Lieutenant Surge said he hid door switches inside something. Did this guy tell me something? Set up double locks. Here's a hint. When you open the first lock, the second lock is right next to it, right? Which makes no sense. If you go for this one here, and it's got one in, it's right next to it. So to me, that is like one of these two. Because that's next. I'd say that's like above and below the others. But it can be any one of them. So it could be that one, and you know. So it's complete luck, really. And hopefully, it goes to plan first time. When I was in the army, Lieutenant Surgeon, my strict CO. Gentlemen. You don't have to worry about getting paralysed because it is very, very annoying. Or static. So I can use these moves. Not a problem. Not going to get static. Okay. So because I don't need to heal, I'm going to use Triple H through this. So he's only used one thrash, so I'm not going to bother healing. So let's give it a go anyway. Let's see how long this takes. Oh, I thought I was going to do it first time. It was going to be. It's going to look really good. But it didn't. Come on. And the fact that it turns it off after is so annoying. I suppose it'd make it a lot easier, but there's not really like a challenge to it. It's just pure luck. I'm hoping that I can get it quick so I don't have to do any cutting out. Oh my god. Come on. I don't get it. How does it even work? How does it even work so that there's a switch in there and then no, then it's just trash? No. Right. I'm probably going to do one more go on camera, and then if it doesn't work, I'll just cut till I get it, because it's going to be boring to watch me fail this time and time again. Right. Okay. Come on. Give me the second. Yes! I probably got a bit too excited there. I don't know why. Anyway. What's in here? Here we go. Lieutenant Sirs. Right, I've got Triple H. We might be under leveled here. I can't remember, but we've got Triple H, so... You know, probably still going to be a breeze. Hey, kid. What do you think you're doing here? You won't live long in combat, that's for sure. I tell you, kid, electric Pokemon saved me during the war. They zapped my enemies into paralysis, the same as I'll do to you. Come on, I'm just a kid. Okay. I mean, Voltorb, I don't think Voltorb has any electric moves anyway, so it's not a problem. Sonic Boom can be a bit annoying. Just do fixed damage. See that in this part of the game is pretty. It's not it's not bad, but it's decent. Raichu. Oh, it's 24. Oh, so I've gone over the car. I don't think it has anything else it can do to me. Like, I don't think it has anything it can do, unless it has Yeah. I don't think it has Mega Punch. It must be in yellow. Well, there we go. Apologies again for an easy gym battle. That was my fault. I got the level caps wrong. I genuinely thought it was 28. That might be in yellow. Fine, take the Thunder Badge. The Thunder Badge cranks up Pokemon's speed. It also lets your Pokemon fly anytime, kid. You're special, kid. Take this. You actually get the Thunderbolt TM, which they took off. It contains Thunderbolt. Teach it to an electric Pokemon. Little word of advice, kid. Electricity is sure powerful, but it's useless against ground-type Pokemon. Well, why only let it have that anyway? Why only let it have electric-type moves, if you know that? Yeah, I do genuinely. I did oversee this. Not oversee. It was an oversight that the training that I did early on was going to cause this problem, and I do apologise that it's making things a lot simpler than what it should be and not as challenging. Yeah, that's my fault. We should eventually, like I said, there will be a point where we do get underleveled, believe it or not. Anyway. Anyway, we need to catch a couple more Pokemon, because have we got any repels? Because we're going in Diglett's cave. I don't particularly want to catch a Diglett. Yeah, so well, not me. What was I talking about? Yeah, I don't want to catch Diglett, but we need 2 more Pokemon because we need 10 to get Flash. What I might do is make one of those Pokemon. I don't know if we make one of those Pokemon a Pikachu, just in case that Paris can't learn Flash in this game. I went to Rock Tunnel, but it's dark and scary. If a Pokemon's Flash could light it up, is what we are trying to do. Diglett's Cave. So here we are, back just outside Pewter City. No item. So now we can go back where we couldn't before. It's not really that long, to be fair, to the point where you can actually go back here. I know you lose that when you go to Cerulean for the first time. A fainted Pokemon can't fight, but it can still use moves like Cut. I'm looking for Abra. Want to trade for Mr. Mime? No, sorry, mate. Oh well. So I always used to look at this guy, like guys like this at the Game Boys, and think he had like it was like a puppet, you know, with like the wooden mouth, rather than a Game Boy in his hand. Yeah, it's a bit accurate, I suppose, but that's where you get Mr. Mime. See, I've been talking about Abra quite a bit in this episode. Yeah, we've only got 8. I'm sure we've only got 8 Pokemon. Once Pokemon learns Flash, you can get through Rock Tunnel. You can do it without. Remember me, I'm Profolk's Aid. If you caught 10 kinds of Pokemon, I'm supposed to give you an HM05. Why is that? We don't need an in there. So, Magpie, have you caught at least 10 kinds of Pokemon? Yes. Yeah, I've only caught 8. You don't need it. I've done it plenty of times without Flash, but like I just want to make life easy. HP up. I'm going to use that on. I think I'll use it on Bert because Blastoise does have good HP. Decent HP, really. So I'm going to use it on him. Moonstone. Yeah, like I said, I think I just want to make things easier for me. I've done it a lot of times without. I know it's in this game. It's not as bad because you can sort of see outlines of stuff and everything. So it's not the end of the world if you don't have it. Like I said, I only need 2 Pokemon. I've sort of prepared because I've caught Paris. We'll see anyway. I've just got a funny feeling it doesn't learn Flash. Rattata is rat. Bites anything when it attacks. Small and very quick. It is a common sight in many places. Nah, we're not bothered giving these guys nicknames. So we're just a Pidgey, really. There we go. When did I lose 1 HP? When did that happen? Oh, come on, don't make me do this. Come on. I've got a Great Ball. I don't want to use it on this. There we go. When did I lose that 1 HP? I don't know. Tiny bird Pokemon. A common sight in forests and woods. It flaps its wings at ground level to kick up blinding sand. So there we go. We've got 2 more. The Moment of Truth now. Rasta's got that, like, I don't know what it is, like a cow sprite, I don't know. Like Taurus, something. Right, Moments of Truth then. Does Paris learn Flash in this game? I'm sure people have already know, and probably maybe already commented about it. Well, I'm going to find out now. Lights even the darkest of dungeons. Let's have a look. It can't learn Flash. What I'm gonna do, I'll pause it. I'll cut the recording out of me getting a Pikachu, because I'm gonna have to go and buy some more Pokeballs and stuff. So, I will see you. Right, I'll see you once I've got a Pikachu anyway. Hey everyone, I'm back and I caught a Pikachu. Naming James. Don't know why. But now he's got Flash. I've also bought a few more Pokeballs and some Super Potions from the mart. And I've also deposited a few items as well into the PC. Just to make some room. So we'll make it back to Cerulean now. I think I'll pick up the bike because it will come in handy. And we'll make it through to Rock Tunnel. The problem is, I don't know what select is on this that I'm doing it on, so I don't know how to move it up, move anything up. I need to figure that one out. This cut spot actually does come in handy. So yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that one out for the next episode. Oh, that's a bike voucher. Okay, here you go. Just wave away that massive price tag because I've shown him a bike voucher. So yeah, I do apologise. I will figure that out. Looking like I've got a little square hat, a little flat cap on now. I don't often use the bike in really any other generation, apart from Gen 1, Gen 2 maybe, because once the running shoes came a thing, it was just easier to do that, especially when you could just run automatically. Right, I do know she has a Bellsprout and an Oddish, so we are not messing with that. You're mine. Jeez. It's only a Pokemon battle, come on. And she has multiple. I thought she only had one of each. Don't think we need to waste this Psybeam, do we? No. Maybe I did. That's a crit. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to use Psybeam because I'm not messing with these at all. I'm hoping that eventually we are going to start to find it a bit more difficult in terms of the gym battles. I can't remember what Erica is. She's obviously in the 30s. Is she, or is she 20? Or is she 28? Is that where I'm getting it from? I can't remember. Anyway, you'd like to get through that dark tunnel ahead. No, you don't. No, sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't need a light. You really don't. TM30. I know in the remakes this is Aerial Ace, but obviously that doesn't exist. Teleport. Yeah, we're not talking about that because yeah. We'll leave that there. A hiker with a Machop. I'm sure he's got. Does he have an Onyx? I don't know if he does actually. It's really hot still. I'm absolutely sweating when I'm doing this. I can't have any. I don't want to have any windows open or anything, just because I don't want any noise getting through. Keep it coming. Eh? Oh wait, I might have Pokemon. Yeah, come on. You sure had guts standing up to me there. Why? Like, what are you gonna do? Who's that walking with those good-looking Pokemon? Sorry. Oh yes, a good matchup. We'll dispatch this, no problem. A Charmander. I did think he had a unique Pokemon there. He's got a Charmander. From somewhere. Don't know where he's got that from, because there's not supposed to be any more. Couple of good Pokemon though, to be fair, he does have. I believe, does this guy have a Beedrill? Yeah, I bet he does. I'm sure he does. I think it's like the only time you actually do see one, and obviously it's not mandatory. There we go. Focus energy. I think focus energy in this game is actually broken, but genuinely, not like it's overpowered. I think it's supposed to increase critical hit ratios, I believe. I think it does it lower it. It does like the opposite, I think, of what it's supposed to do. Yeah, so obviously it's supposed to increase critical hit ratio, and I think it lowers it, something like that anyway. What? What a total waste of time. Yeah, I think in this game, definitely. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's go to level 30 and then we'll change. Is there an item here? No. Or maybe I just can't find it. Yeah, in this game I'd say you need more than bug Pokemon. It's not very good. The movesets aren't very good, and bug type moves, there's only Pin Missile and Twin Needle, what Beedrill gets, which isn't, they're both not great. I think Twin Needle was actually one. I don't know if it was just in this gen or later ones where it could poison. It can poison. I can't remember what it is now. It poisons something that it shouldn't be able to poison because the fact that it's a bug type move. I don't know if it's like poison types or ground types or something. But it can poison something that it shouldn't be able to, with it being a bug type move that poisons. If you get what I'm saying, anyway. I'm sure someone will know what I'm trying to say anyway. More bug Pokemon. Look at this guy's got. Has he got Venom now? Caterpie. Level 20. What are you doing with a level 20 Caterpie? Like, I think I've only used Butterfree once, maybe, in a playthrough when I was a kid. And it didn't do any good. In this game, anyway, it didn't do me any good. I think I got, like, I don't know. I couldn't beat the Pokemon League anyway with it. I couldn't get past Pokemon League with it because it was just not very good. That's in this generation anyway. Yeah, there we go, Venonat. And what was I saying? Yeah, even that, it was like I struggled. So level 20 Caterpie, it's just that is a waste of time. I think I did used to think that Venonat was actually a really good Pokemon. I did really want to use Venonat and Venomoth when I was a kid, because I just thought, well, it was in yellow. Koga's got, is it like 3 Venonats and a Venomoth? It was like level 50 or something. So I used to think, oh, these are really good, because I used to struggle because I was under-leveled. I didn't used to fight every trainer or a lot. I used to skip them. Whereas now I don't like to skip them, because, especially in these games, because they are valuable XP that you don't get that much of, especially with the level jumps that you get in this game. So yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna use that because it keeps beating me, and obviously find out that it wasn't that. It was just the fact I wasn't the level. Oh, come on. Stupid rap. Come on. Sandshrew. We'll just, oh no. It survived. No, Slash has got a very good crit rate, but in this game it's ridiculous. Especially if you've got it on like a... I know Charizard's very good with Slash. Because of its speed stat. Slash pretty much every time crits. Pretty much every single time, so... Is there an item there? There's a Pokemon there. One that I'm not interested in. He's gonna have rock type Pokemon. I don't really have anything. I didn't think of that. I think I don't know. I don't know whether I'm going to start skipping some trainers or not, just because I don't want this playthrough to be ridiculously easy. But then again, I know what's coming later on. I know that it's going to be this. It's going to be like this now. It's going to be a bit of a walkthrough at this point, but I know what I say. I know what's coming. It's definitely like Blaine. I can't remember what Blaine is. He's in the 50s, I think, or it's like high 40s. So Giovanni is as well. He's in the 50s. So that jump's just, you can't keep up with it, you see. Plus, when I'm gonna get more team members, you know, sorry, I can't even speak. The XP is gonna be split a lot more, so yeah, that's gonna be an issue. So, I mean, this oversight right now is becoming a bit annoying. But I'm committed. I'm committed to this now. It's happening. Yes. Yeah, I forgot. I just forgot. What? Kids should be taught. What is it with people in this game? What's wrong with them? Talking about kids like this. I think there's only one left, so we'll flick over to Yuri for this last one. Didn't do anything. Jeez. A Meow. Is that the first time we've seen a Meow? Level 23 as well. Decent level. Yeah, I think the level jumps in the early game aren't that bad compared to the trainers that you can fight, but it just jumps right at the end. And you know, if you're under leveled, you're gonna end up using more potions. I don't want to do that. I want it to be fair in the Elite Four and stuff like that. I want it to be fair, where you know I don't do that. So that's why I want to get the levels that I can now. We'll fight you. Well, let's see. I think she's got Clefairy. And there's a hidden item up here, and then I think we'll probably call it. Because if I don't want to commit to Rock Tunnel now, because I've recorded quite a long time now, so it might just be a little bit of a short episode. But the next one will make up for that. So I do apologise again that it's been a pretty simple episode, but we've had a gym fight in there, we've had a rival fight in there. Like I said, I don't know. I might start skipping some trainers just because I am a lot over leveled at the minute, and I think Erica, I'm sure it's just 28, so we're already there. But I know it's coming. I know the level jump is coming, and I want to be ready for that. So I'm sort of doing it now in preparation. Super potion. Plus, we're going to get a new Pokemon soon. There's one I want to get soon, so that's going to need training up. So it's going to take levels off everybody else. Pokemon are fighting fit. To be fair, there's actually probably 2 coming up soon, so the levels are going to be split. You look at like Triple H, Yuri, and Bert. They're gonna stop getting levels at some point soon because I'm gonna have to train the others up that come in. Because I think there's definitely 2 that's coming up soon. So they're gonna need training up. So they're gonna take levels away from them. Types of Pokemon make them stronger. There's some types and weaker than others. Heard that ghosts haunt Lavender Town. We've already got one, actually. I sold a useless nugget for 5,000 with Yuri because he was making that ghastly cry. So he's gonna be our new what is it? Like pseudo ghost. Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there. I know it's probably been a bit of a basic episode, really. We did a rival fight in a gym battle, so it's we had some bits in there. Like I say, I'm gonna debate whether to skip trainers or not. We'll come back to them at some point if I need to, because I don't want it. I feel like it might start to be getting a bit boring for some people because not really had a challenging fight yet, and whether that's down to the levels or not, I don't know, but. Like I said, I'll figure it out. I just know that there's a big level spike coming, and especially in the Elite Four and stuff. So I want to be ready for that because, like I said, I don't want it to get to the last few gyms and then the Elite Four, and I'm under leveled, and I'm having to use potions. I don't want to have to use them. So hopefully, it sort of balances itself out at some point. So in this episode we finished the SSN, beat our rival again, picked up the HM for Cut and Flash, and we've taught those to our our HM team members. Beat Lieutenant Surge, got TM Thunderbolt, and made it to Rock. Got the bike as well, got the bike and made it to Rock Tunnel. So in the next episode we'll make it through Rock Tunnel into Lavender, and then probably take on Erica. We'll probably take on Erica first, and then do all the other bits. And a couple of new team members will be on the way as well. So hopefully we'll get those in the next episode. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. If you are, please feel free, leave a like, comment. And if you haven't already, be really grateful if you subscribed. I really do appreciate everybody that's watching, interacting, and subscribing to the channel. It really does mean a lot to me, and it's really helping. I feel like I'm slowly getting better. I'm probably having to change the way I play the games a bit just to make it a bit more interesting. That's something that obviously I'm going to look into. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.